In this one, we're going to look at how to ignore warnings in PyTest with examples. We can open it up. The link will be in the descriptions. Let's get the code. We've got PyTest-disable warnings. We can use that to disable warnings. Suppress or filter warnings. There's a code example at the bottom. So import warning my module. So let's make this in tests here. Create a new file. Warnings example. Let's call it example underscore warnings.py. Put that in there. And if we run that, we get the warning. Let's have a quick run of that. So let's just test that out. So let's go to do Python, and I'm going to go into test/60 and example, that'll 60/tests/ex. And what is it we need to do? Do that. Just need to run that, see what happens. Warnings, yep, we get the warnings there, so we can see that in operation. Let's write a test warnings, add a new test, new file, test, and we'll call that 701_701 warnings.py, Control V. That's why it didn't come out right. py, rename to the end, and y warnings py. That's better. So next, run PyTest. So what we can do then is carry on and run that one. Example PyTest HTML. We don't want the report, so we'll do PyTest-vs, and we're going to go into test/60/tests/701 test_701 tab. One error during collection. So did we do that correct? Import warnings. Let's include Python with the following context. Okay, so that we need to put that into the pytest.ini. Come down to the bottom, pytest.ini, and filter warnings. I've already got some there. So filter warnings. Let's do that. Run that again. One error during collection. No module named examples. Good. Import from import example warnings. Let's run that. See what happens. Better. That's nice. So now if we come back into pytest.ini, and if we comment out that warning, let's see what happens. CLS. Yeah, we get the warning. So that's useful there. So we've seen that in operation to suppress warnings. Let's add this one. I'm going to change this old function in our example code. Example warnings. And what is the code for this? Warnings warn, def old function. That's for the def old function. Let's change that there. Let's run the test again. Let's modify this so we can put in this lot here into PyTest warnings. Let's not put this in. Let's ignore these, and then let's run CLS. Let's run the test again. You're getting a lot more warnings that way. Come back in here. I've got the deprecation warning twice. We've got the syntax warning. Let's uncomment that. Come through. Yep, no warnings there. So that's a good example. So they're the warnings that we can have a clean output. Using markers to filter warnings. PyTest can use markers. I see various different examples. So with that, API v1. So let's make this a second test. So we come down into here. Let's do test, new file, test 702, API, warnings, .py, Control V, come back into here, using filters, mark filter warnings in all API v1. So let's Control C, CLS, open this up top, and I'm going to come to 702. That's nice, so that didn't crop up with any errors. So if we come into 702 and take this down and comment out this warning, let's see what happens. There we get the warning. So that's the use of decorators to ignore warnings. It's lovely, that's good. Now if you're on the generator, if you want to go to this PyTest deprecated call method, test my function deprecated or function. Let's put that in as 703. 703. What was that called? Basically deprecated. Let's call that test. Rename underscore deprecated.py. Control V. No, not there. Come back into this. Copy this one. Put that in here. Save. 703. Which one? Let's delete that. 703. Let's do Control V there. Test 703. Let's run this now. CLS. Open up the top screen. 703 tab. PyTest is not defined. Import PyTest. Open up. Okay, name all function is not defined. That's fine. I think I know what that is now. All function. Put that in here. Save. Run it again. Nice. So what did we get on this? Is that what we're meant to get? Let's run the test. As you can see, it still shows the syntax warning. What I'm going to do is do CLS. Do that again at top, so I've got all the screen. Come up all the way to the top. Metadata. Did you forget warnings? Name warning not defined. Oh, okay, so import warnings. Did I import both of those? Import PyTest CLS. That looks a lot better. So that's actually, that covers it, that hides it all. So that's the final version of how we can do that. Brilliant. Well, I've learned quite a bit around the warnings here. I did have originally these basic warnings here, but what I think I'll do is I'll uncomment them and put them all in here. Lovely. Good little exercise.